Now, these contestants are hoping for a faultless score in order to cash in on that £1,000 prize. Nick Knowles is our quizmaster for perfection.
Welcome to the quiz show that demands nothing less than perfection. Behind the screen are 4 contestants who'll be hoping their knowledge is flawless because one single mistake could give the game away. This is perfection. Hello and welcome to the quiz show where only perfect play is good enough. Behind me are the contestants. We call them the usual suspects. They're in our isolation room. In a moment, one of them will be randomly selected to join me here to play perfection. They'll then face a series of true or false statements. For example, if I said Wuthering Heights is a book by Emily Bronte, would you say that's true or false? Well, if you'd said true, I can tell you you'd be right. Answering true or false might seem easy, but if the contestant gets a single answer wrong, their opponents, the usual suspects, will be allowed into the game to capitalise on their mistakes. So, you know how the game works. Let's meet the usual suspects.
Hi, I'm Isabel. I'm from Mumbles in Swansea. I'm a Nordic walking instructor and this is my first game.
Hello, my name's Danny. I'm from Essex. I'm a London cab driver and this is my second game.
Hi, my name is Mike. I'm from Ashford, Middlesex. I'm a fitness trainer and this is my 5th game.
Hi, my name is Claudine. I'm from Radlett in Hertfordshire and I'm a mum to twins, Jack and Joanna, and this is also my 5th game.
Welcome to you all and best of luck as we now find out which one of you we randomly pick to play perfection. Claudine, you've been chosen. Please come and play perfection. Claudine, welcome to the game.
Hi, Nick.
Just when you've taken route as well, we've uprooted you and brought you out here. It's quite good up there, isn't it?
Yeah, we were safe, weren't we?
Now you're not.
No.
Because Claudine is now you versus the usual suspects. They were your teammates, they're now your deadly enemies. Their job is to stop you from winning the prize fund because your failure will mean the prize money rolls over to the next game where one of them could be sitting here playing for a bigger total. And that's not what you want.
Not at all. I love them very much, but not that much.
Not that much. OK, every game on perfection is worth £1,000. Here's the good news. Nobody won the last game, so the prize fund currently stands at £2,000.
Cool.
So if you walk away without their help and £2,000 in your pocket, what will you spend it on?
I will probably spend it on my children. They've got a big party coming up in a couple of years that I'd like to put it towards that.
All right, smashing. Look, here's how the game works. You'll play 3 rounds and then a final. Every round that you achieve perfection will make the final easier for you. However, if your performance is anything less than perfect, the usual suspects will have the chance to step in and steal the round, making the final that much harder for you. More of that to follow later. Usual suspects, we're going to switch you off for now, so you can't see or hear anything. Cheerio.
Hi.
Where they go. Claudine, you can now talk through your answers without giving away any vital knowledge or anything, OK?
OK, thanks,
Good.
Nick.
Each round consists of 4 true or false statements. You'll be answering against the clock. You'll only have 45 seconds. Once you've given your answers, they'll be locked in. First answer, yes?
OK, thank you.
You ready?
Yeah, I am.
Good. Let's play perfection. Your 45 seconds starts now. Lambeth Palace is the home of the Prince of Wales. True or false?
I'm not 100% sure, but I will go for true, please.
True. Miss Marple has the first name Henrietta.
I believe that to be false.
False. In Bulgaria, a shake of the head means yes.
I'm not up on Bulgarian words or customs, so again, I'm going to guess, and I'm going to say false.
False. And finally, the dye henna is derived from leaves.
I'm going to go for true, please.
True. OK, well, before we reveal how well you've done, it's time for us to bring back the usual suspects. So, usual suspects, these were the 4 statements, and next to them are Claudine's answers. Danny, what do you reckon?
I think she's got A wrong, personally.
Mike, how's she done?
I would agree with Danny. I think she's got the first one wrong.
OK, well, Claudine, the moment of truth. You need to have answered all 4 statements perfectly to have won the round. Let's find out how many you've got correct. It's not getting past 2. Claudine, unfortunately, you didn't manage perfection. You've now let your enemies, the usual suspects, into the game. Usual suspects, can you steal the round? You can see Claudine's answers. Plainly, you need to change 2 of them, but which 2?
I would go for A.
No, he don't live in Lambeth Palace. He lives in St James's Palace.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Bulgaria, I think it's backwards, that when you nod your head, it means no, and when you shake it, it means yes.
Really?
Yes.
OK, Mike, you're nominal captain, so what are we going with?
I think we're going to change the answers to A and C, please, Nick.
A changes from true to false.
Yep.
And C...
False to true.
Thank you very much. Thus leaving B and D as answered by Claudine. Usual suspects. Let's find out what the correct answers are. If the statement turns green, it's true. If it turns red, it's false. Lambeth Palace is the home of the Prince of Wales. Is it true or false? It is false. It's actually the official home of the Archbishop of Canterbury. Whereas Prince Charles's official residences are Highgrove and Clarence House. Miss Marple has the first name Henrietta. Is it true or false? It is false. It's Jane Marple. In Bulgaria, a shake of the head means yes. Claudine said it was false. Isabel thought it was true, and you decided to go with that. Is it true or false? Yes. It is true, so you know where this is going. The dihenna is derived from leaves. You said true. Is it true or false? It is true. Congratulations, usual suspects. You've achieved perfection. Usual suspects, you now have the opportunity to make Claudine's chances of winning the prize fund much harder in the final. And here's how. Claudine, this is your final board. These 6 blank spaces need to be filled with subject categories. Behind each category will be a true or false statement. You'll need to answer all 6 correctly to win the prize fund, so you need perfect playing. Here are your final round categories. If you'd have won the round, you'd have had the opportunity of adding the 2 categories of your choice to the board, but because the usual suspects stole the round from you, they choose the 2 categories, hoping to make the final much harder for you to win. So, usual suspects, which 2 would you like Claudine to play in the final?
I don't think you know much about boxes.
OK,
No, I think boxes is probably quite a good one.
Yeah, boxes. I think the first one should be boxes, Nick.
Lovely. Boxers moves across.
Second one.
Elephants.
Elephants.
Elephants. Trees, even.
Trees.
They're really
Trees
random,
is,
isn't
I
they?
want you loads of questions about trees.
OK, should we go with trees?
Trees.
OK, would like to make the second one. Trees, please, Nick.
Lovely. Trees moves across to make the second of the final categories. Well done, usual suspects. You've won the first round. But for now, it's time to switch you off, and we'll see you in round 2. Cheerio.
OK, bye.
And away they go. OK, Claudine, look, it's only the first round. You still have 2 more rounds to find perfection and choose your own categories for the final, which is the way to go, really. Are you ready for the next round?
I certainly am.
OK, let's play round 2. Your 45 seconds starts now. A paediatric doctor specialises in feet.
That is false. I believe it's a podius. Paediatric is for children. False.
False. Lovely. Thank you. Swedish is an official language in Finland.
It may be an official language, but in Finland it's Finnish, I believe, so I'll say false again, please.
False. Harry Potter has a scar shaped like a broomstick.
False, definitely on that one.
False. And Roy Castle was once billed as the mighty atom.
I don't know. I know who Roy Castle was. Mighty Atom. I'm going to guess as a blower. True.
True. And with barely seconds left on the clock, you had me worried for a second.
My mind was churning.
So, Claudine, before we reveal how well you've done, it's time to bring back the usual suspects. So, usual suspects, these were the 4 statements, and next to them are Claudine's answers. Mike, has she achieved perfection?
I don't think she has. I think I would probably change D.
D.
I can't be sure.
OK. The moment of truth. Let's find out how many you've got correct. 2 again. Once more, only halfway to perfection, and that's not nearly good enough, I'm afraid. You've let your enemies in again. The usual suspects are back in the game. It's your chance to steal the round. You can see Claudine's answers. You need to change 2 of them, but which 2 is it going to be, usual suspects?
Well, it's not...
A paediatric doctor is a children's doctor.
Yep. Harry Potter's got Z.
Exact,
yeah,
isn't it?
yeah,
Yes.
so it's not a
So
mistake.
A and C are correct.
So we will go with B and D.
yeah.
Yeah. So we would like to change B from false to true, please, Nick.
B from false to true, thank you.
And D from true to false.
And D from true to false, thus leaving A and C as Claudine first answered. Thank you, usual suspects. Let's find out what the correct answers are, shall we? A paediatric doctor specialises in feet. Is that true or false? It is, of course, false. They specialise in children's medicine. Swedish is an official language in Finland. Is that true or false? It is actually true. A lot of countries have 2 or more official languages. Harry Potter has a scar shaped like a broomstick. Everybody seemed absolutely sure of this one. Is it true or false? It is, of course, false. It's shaped like a little lightning strike, isn't it? And finally, Roy Castle was once billed as the mighty atom. You know where this is going now, don't you, Usual Suspects? True or false? It is false. Congratulations, Usual Suspects. You have achieved perfection. Roy Castle wasn't the mighty atom. Does anybody know who he was? There's somebody in the audience shouting out there, interestingly. Bruce Forsyth, in fact, yes. He was the mighty atom, the boy Bruce. OK, Claudine, the Usual Suspects have succeeded where you failed and they've stolen the round. Usual Suspects, you now have the opportunity to make Claudine's chances of winning the prize fund £2,000 it is, and it's going to get harder to win thanks to you now. Let's see the final board. Here it is. So what do you think is going to make it difficult for them?
I think Shakespeare's hard.
Shakespeare?
Yeah, because it's such a broad subject.
OK. We're happy to go with Shakespeare, Nick.
OK, Shakespeare goes across onto the final board.
And the second one?
I want elephants just to see what the question is, really.
Elephant's a broad subject too, yeah.
OK, Danny won't leave elephants alone, so we will go with elephants as a second choice.
Just as well he lives in London then, isn't it? OK, elephants moves across to become the 4th of the 6. Smashing, congratulations, Usual Suspects. You've won the second round. It's time to switch you off, and we'll see you in round 3.
Bye.
Claudine, with the Usual Suspects gone, looking at those ones down the left there, what do you really want to avoid?
Rivers, possibly.
And what do you really fancy there?
Well, presidents. I travel to America a lot, so I've got some American knowledge, but if it is American presidents, which it might not be, and comics. I always read my children's.
There you go, so that might work out quite well for you.
Yes.
All right, well, look, you still have one more chance to find perfection and choose your own categories for the final. That's the way to go. Haven't done too well in the first 2.
No, absolutely.
Ready to play the next round?
Certainly am.
Good, let's play round 3. Your 45 seconds starts now. Philip Tracy is a well-known hat designer. True or false?
That is very true.
True. Marie Curie was the first female Nobel Prize winner.
I believe she did win the prize, so I will go for true as well, please.
True. William the Conqueror signed the Magna Carta. True or false?
Oh, gosh, now, I wasn't around in those days, but I know he was. 1066. I'm going to go for true again, please.
True. And finally, pink fir apple is a variety of potato.
But I eat a lot of chips, and I've never heard of that as a potato, so I'm going to go for false, Nick, please.
False. Lovely. Couple of guesses?
Yeah, there's a couple. I mean, I know Marie Curie won the Nobel Prize, but whether she was the first female, not too sure. And again, William the Conqueror, he was around at that time, but did he sign it? Not sure. OK,
before we reveal exactly how well you've done, it's time to bring back the Usual Suspects. So, Usual Suspects, these are the 4 statements, and next to them are Claudine's answers. Isabel, has she achieved perfection?
No, she might have got perf, but she hasn't got action. She's got about half of them wrong, I think.
OK. Claudine, the moment of truth. Let's find out how many you've got correct. Well, you're consistent.
Yes.
2 out of 4 again. You've now let your enemies, the Usual Suspects, into the game. Usual Suspects, you know how this goes. Can you steal the round? You can see Claudine's answers. You need to change 2 of them. Which 2?
C.
C, yeah, because
C.
that William Conqueror's 1066, Magna Carta was 12-something. I think it was King John.
Right. The first one we'll change, Nick, is C. We'll change C from true to false.
Thank you very much. And?
I think a pink fir apple is a potato, because I planted some last year, and it's sort of knobbly things, sort of that sort of shape.
OK, I'm happy to go with that.
Changing?
So we'll change D from false to true. Please, Nick.
Thank you. D changes from false to true, thus leaving A and B as answered by Claudine. Usual Suspects? Let's find out what the correct answers are. Philip Tracy is a well-known hat designer. True or false? True. Good start. Marie Curie was the first female Nobel Prize winner. Is that true or false? It is true, so I think we know where this is going now, don't we? William the Conqueror signed the Magna Carta. Is that true or false? It is false. It was, as you said, Isabel, King John. And finally, the pink fir apple was a variety of potato. True or false? It is, of course, true. Congratulations, usual suspects. Once again, you've achieved perfection. Just a matter of interest, Marie Curie won the physics prize in 1903. So, usual suspects, you now have the opportunity to make Claudine's chance of winning the prize fund about as hard as it can possibly be, basically. You won the round, so you get to choose the last two, which means you'll have chosen all of them. Which two's are going to be?
I think the first one we'd like to make comics, please, Nick.
OK, comics goes across. You get to choose one more.
Presidents, do we? Or no? What do you reckon, Mike?
I'm quite happy with presidents, actually.
No presidents?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go with presidents, please, Nick.
Lovely, thank you very much. Presidents goes across and becomes the sixth and final category in the final. OK, guys, it's time to switch you off for the final time. Thank you. Cheerio.
Bye.
And away they go. Claudine.
Yes.
What about that?
Nice. Thank you.
Which two would you really like, comics and presidents? What two do they choose for you?
It was positive thinking.
Is that what it was?
I forgot to do it for the first 2 rounds, though.
OK, Claudine, for £2,000, it's time to play the final. Claudine, this is the all-important final. If you can achieve perfection, you could be leaving with a prize fund of £2,000. If you fail, you'll be leaving with nothing, which is great news for the usual suspects, who could be playing for a rollover of £3,000 on the next game. You ready?
I'm ready to try and stop that from happening.
Good for you. Let's play the final round. Claudine, here are your 6 final categories. They are boxers, trees, Shakespeare, elephants, comics and presidents. You must answer all 6 statements correctly if you want to win the £2,000. Think carefully. There is no time limit, but once you've given an answer, your first answer, it will be locked in. Are you ready?
I am. Thanks, Nick.
Right, let's reveal your first statement. Please tell me whether you believe it to be true or false. Boxers. Joe Louis was a world boxing champion in the 1940s.
I don't know, Nick, so I'm going to take a guess on this one. And I'm going to go with false, please.
False. Thank you. Trees. Conkers grow on ash trees.
Ash. They have the funny-shaped leaves, I believe, and I believe they are with the acorns. Again, I don't know, but on the fact that I do think of ash with the funny-shaped leaves with the little acorns that you try to pull out of their little holders, little teacup things. I used to enjoy doing that as a child. I'm going to go for false, please, Nick.
False. Thank you. Shakespeare. William Shakespeare died on St George's Day.
St George's Day... I thought he might have died maybe about March. Again, I'm going to take a stab at true, please.
True. Elephants. Indian elephants do not have tusks.
I think that could be false.
False. Comics. Minnie the Minx is a character in the Beano comic.
Well, there was Dandy and the Beano, so I reckon it should probably be one of those, but which one? I'm going to go for true as a guess.
True. And presidents. Bill Clinton studied at Oxford University.
He was awarded some prize, whether it was a doctorate or something, at one of the universities. I don't really recall which one that was. So I'm going to guess again, unfortunately, and I'm going to go for true, please, Nick.
True. Thank you very much. Claudine, those answers are now locked in. Remember, if there's one single mistake, you leave with nothing. Which ones worry you the most looking at them?
Well, I'd like to say for my street cred, oh, none of them. But most of them, actually.
OK. Well, look, let's switch on the usual suspects and see what they've got to say. Usual suspects, you can now see the final 6 statements, and next to them are Claudine's answers. Claudine, your answers are now locked in. You can't change them by yourself, but if you think you've made a mistake, you can unlock the board with the help of the usual suspects. This will, however, come at a cost. Usual suspects, I'm now going to ask you to tell me how well you think Claudine has done, if you want to help, and if you do, how much it's going to cost. Remember, all of you, you can't refer to any of the statements specifically. Claudine, who would you like to hear from first?
I'd like to start with my partner, Mike. We've been together the longest.
Hi, Claudine. I think you've got 2 wrong, and I'm very happy to split the money with you.
OK, thanks, Mike.
And when you say split the money, what are you talking?
£1,000 each.
OK, I'm going to think about it and hear from the others, but thanks, Mike. I appreciate your offer. Danny?
I think you've got 2 wrong, possibly 3. I'm not sure. I'm not sure of myself about the 3rd one, so... And also with the money that's in the pot, I'd rather wait and wait for it to build up a bit more.
So no offer at all?
No offer at all, no.
So, Isabel?
Yes, please.
I think you've got 2 wrong, possibly another one, but I'm not 100% certain of the right answer for all of them. And I've only just got here and I don't really want to leave.
OK, so what do you think?
I would be more than happy to walk away with £1,000 and to share it with Mike. That'd be great.
Jolly good. OK, well, negotiations have been agreed. Mike, please come down and join us. OK, Claudine, you've asked Mike for help. If you achieve perfection, it will cost you £1,000 of your potential prize fund of £2,000. Mike, you've now forfeited your chance to play in the next game. This is your only shot at winning perfection. Have you made the right decision? Well, we're about to find out. Here are the final round statements. All 6 answers are now unlocked. Mike, which answers do you want Claudine to change?
I would change A from false to true. I'm pretty, well, 90% sure that he was a world champion boxer in the 1940s.
Well, that's good enough. Thank you.
F, Bill Clinton. I know he's been awarded some sort of fellowship.
Yes.
But I can't imagine him 40 years ago actually coming over to Oxford.
But they often, if his idea was to be into politics, sometimes they do that to get that other perspective, don't they?
I don't know. That one I would think would be false, but...
Well, I'm happy to go with A, to change definitely to true, please.
OK, A, we're going to change from false to true.
Which do you think, because C and F are the 2 possibly could be the contentious ones, because I'm pretty confident about B.
Yep.
And D, and then E was a calculated guess. But, I mean, you know, we know he obviously died.
We know he died, but it's the chances of him dying on St George's Day are 364 to 1.
You know, it's a pure guess.
Yeah.
You know, I'm fine. Let's change C to false as well, please, Nick, and F from true to false.
OK, C from true to false, and F from true to false. Are you finished with the changes that you want to make?
Yeah. OK.
Yeah.
OK, so B, D and E remain as Claudine originally answered. Your answers are now locked in. Let's find out if you've achieved perfection. Right, starting at the top, Joe Louis was a world boxing champion in the 1940s. This is one of the big ones, isn't it? Because you came down to change it.
Yeah.
So we need to know whether you get off to a flying start or not. Or maybe not. Maybe what we should do is just go past it and leave it and come back to it.
Oh, you tease, Nick.
That's what we do, isn't it? So let's start with B, shall we? Conkers grow on ash trees. You said false, so to get off to a good start, we need this to turn red. Is it true or false?
Yeah.
It is false. Of course, go on horse chestnut trees. William Shakespeare died on St George's Day. That's another one that you changed.
I know what you're going to do to us,
Well,
Nick.
it would be a shame to rush into those ones, wouldn't it? So let's hop past that one as well. Indian elephants do not have tusks. You answered false. Mike was happy to go along with that and stick with false. So we need it to turn red. True or false? It is false. Of course, they do have tusks. Right. Minnie the Minx is a character in the Beano comic. Another one that you were happy with, Claudine. So, is that true or false? It is true. She was a schoolgirl introduced in 1953. Absolutely right. Now, that's a great start. 3 out of 3. The 3 that you sort of decided on your own and that you agreed with, they're all done and dusted. So, we'll go back to the top and start with the ones that you've changed, shall we? Joe Louis was a world boxing champion in the 1940s. You started with false. Mike came down and convinced you to change that to true. So, is that true or false? Yes! It's true. I think F is the one that you talked about the longest, so I think that's the one we should go to next, don't you?
Yep.
Thank you.
Bill Clinton studied at Oxford University. Now, you originally said this was true, but you said it was based on the thought that he'd received something...
some award,
some award
recently, or since...
Mike came down and said he thought an award had been given, but that it didn't necessarily mean that he went there 40 years ago, as you were saying. So, you eventually changed your answer from true to false, which means that to continue on towards the cash, you need it to turn red. If it turns red, you're only one away from the money. So, Bill Clinton studied at Oxford University. Is that true or false? Philosophy, politics, and economics is what he studied there. What a shame. Let's have a look at the last one. William Shakespeare died on St George's Day. You said true originally, but you admitted it was a guess.
Yeah.
Mike came down and said, well, the chances of that are 364 to 1. So, you said false. You need it to turn red. Is it true or false? It's true.
Oh, no!
23rd of April, 1616. What are the chances of that? He actually did die on St George's Day. So in the end...
Oh, don't worry. I
you
wouldn't...
only got 4 or 6, but I hope you enjoyed yourselves. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike and Claudine. Right, it's time now to meet the next usual suspects, hoping to play perfection today. Usual suspects, please introduce yourselves.
Hello, my name is Zara. I'm from Newport and I'm a DVD production assistant.
Hi, I'm Gary. I'm from London and I'm a local government officer.
OK, best of luck to all of you as we now find out which one of you will be randomly picked to play perfection. Isabel, it's you. Please come and play perfection. Isabel, welcome to the game. Come on then, what's this Nordic walking instructor business about then?
It's actually an off-season training for cross-country skiing.
So you just literally walk but using poles to help you along?
Because when you walk, you never use your arms. Most people sort of go like this.
Lose weight doing that, do you?
Oh, absolutely.
I might give it a go then in that case. I could do it losing a few pounds. I'm struggling to get into these suits.
You don't need to.
Thank you very much. Isabel, it's now you versus the usual suspects. They were your teammates, now they're your enemies.
Yeah.
Here's the good news. As nobody has won the past 2 games, the prize fund currently stands at £3,000. What would you do with £3,000 if you walked away with it?
I've always wanted to go down the Nile in style. A la Hercule Poirot, but without the dead bodies.
Yes,
So that's what I do.
All right, well, good luck with it. I hope you succeed. Usual suspects, we're going to switch you off for now, so you can't see or hear anything. But as soon as Isabel makes a mistake, you'll be back in the game. Cheerio.
Bye.
And away they go. Isabel, you can now talk through your answers without giving away any vital knowledge, OK?
Right.
Good. Let's play perfection. Your 45 seconds starts now. Amy Pond is a long-running character in Casualty. True or false?
False.
False. The site of the Battle of Waterloo is in Belgium.
True.
True. Puffinus is the Latin name for the puffin.
False.
False. And finally, the Scoville scale measures hurricane speed.
Ooh, I thought that measured heat.
But you're trying.
False. False.
You're saying false?
False.
Lovely, thank you very much. And as I said, with plenty of time to spare, you've answered all 4 statements. You started very strongly, very confident.
Oh, well, Amy Pond is Doctor Who.
Is that right?
Yeah, I like Doctor Who.
Well, before we reveal exactly how well you've done, it's time for us to bring back the usual suspects. So, usual suspects, these are the 4 statements, and next to them are Isabel's answers. Zara, has she achieved perfection?
Do you know what? I think she's done really, really well. Well done, Isabel.
All right, well, let's find out, shall we? Isabel, the moment of truth. You need to have answered all 4 statements perfectly to have run the round. Let's find out how many you got correct. Congratulations, Isabel. That's the way to do it. You have achieved perfection. Let's have a look at those answers. Amy Pond is a long-running character in Casualty. That is, of course, false. She is absolutely right. Doctor Who's companion. The site of the Battle of Waterloo is in Belgium. It is, of course, true. Puffinus is the Latin name for the puffin. You said false.
It's a Manx Shearwater, I think.
A Manx?
Shearwater, something like that.
A Manx Shearwater?
Yeah, I might be making that up.
No, you're absolutely right. Manx Shearwater is exactly what it is. It is a bird, but it's certainly not a puffin. The Scoville scale measures hurricane speed. You said false.
I thought it was something to do with chilies, heat, but
It measures the heat of chili peppers, exactly as you said. So you really knew your stuff there. Well done. As a result of that perfect performance, you've earned the right to choose 2 categories to add to your final board. Here it comes. So which 2 do you fancy?
I'll have human body and cheese.
And cheese. They will be the first 2 that you will play for in the final. Usual Suspects will see you in the next round. In the meantime, we'll switch you off. Cheerio. And away they go. Isabel, now the Usual Suspects are gone, what do you think of the categories on offer? Interesting range of stuff, isn't it? Anything that you'd try to avoid?
Girls allowed, please, no. No.
Well, Isabel, you've made a great start to the game. That's definitely the way to play it. Whilst you're on a roll, do you want to play round 2?
Yeah, I'm just hoping it's not sort of hit your peak and then...
I don't know, think positive. That's the way to go. Okay. Let's play round 2. Your 45 seconds starts now. In Greek myth, Cerberus was a monstrous dog.
True.
True. Hydrogen is the lightest chemical element.
True.
True. Esperanto is an island in the Caribbean Sea.
False, unless that's a double bluff. False.
False. And finally, the last event in an Olympic heptathlon is the 800 metres. Loads of time.
True.
True. Thank you, and plenty of time to spare. You've answered all 4 statements. Before we reveal how well you've done, it's time for us to bring back the Usual Suspects. So, Usual Suspects, these are the 4 statements, and next to them are Isabel's answers. Danny, what did you make of that? Do you like her answers?
I think she's got D wrong.
D wrong?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Interesting. Gary, do you agree?
D's not wrong. She may have B wrong. That's the only one I could question.
Isabel, it's the moment of truth. You need to have answered all 4 statements perfectly to have won the round. Let's find out how many you got right. You've achieved perfection. Let's have a look at those answers in a bit more detail, shall we? In Greek myth, Cerberus was a monstrous dog. You said true. It is, of course, absolutely right. It's true. Hydrogen is the lightest chemical element. You said true. It is, of course, true. Esperanto is an island in the Caribbean Sea. You had a pretty good idea this was false.
Yep. That's a language.
It is, of course, false. It's an artificial language or a combination language of many other languages. And finally, the last event in Olympic heptathlon is the 800 metres. You said true. It's true. Well done. Bad luck, guys. She's doing really well, isn't she?
Yeah, she is.
Very well.
Very difficult if you don't get a look in, isn't it? Isabel, as a result of that perfect performance, you made Win the Prize Fund that much easier. Let's have a look at your final board. It currently has 2 subject categories on it, chosen by you, human body and cheese, and because you won that round, you've earned the right to choose the next 2 categories to add to the board. What do you fancy?
I think I will have tourist attractions.
Tourist attractions goes across as the 3rd.
I might go for capitals.
Capitals, lovely. Capitals is the 4th of 6. Usual Suspects, I'm going to switch you off for now. Let's see whether you get a look in the next round. In the meantime, cheerio.
Bye.
OK, let's play round 3. Your 45 seconds starts now. Charles II's wife made coffee popular in Britain. True or false?
True.
True. The Uffizi Gallery is in Rome.
False.
False. I'd Do Anything is a song from Oliver.
I think that's true.
True. And finally, with plenty of time to spare, astronaut Buzz Aldrin changed his surname to Moon.
False.
False. And with plenty of time to spare, before we reveal how well you've done, it's time for us to bring back the Usual Suspects. Hello, Usual Suspects. These were the 4 statements, and next to them are Isabel's answers. Gary, how's she done this time?
Well, she's done pretty well, of course, as we'd expect. A, who knows? She was continental, that lady, so it could be true.
I'll tell you what, Isabel, the moment of truth has arrived. You need to have answered all 4 statements perfectly to have won the round. Let's see how many you've got correct. Three of the 4, Isabel. Close but no cigar. And, of course, you didn't manage perfection, which means you've now let your enemies, the Usual Suspects, into the game. Usual Suspects, your one time you've been let in here. Can you steal the round? You can see Isabel's answers. You need to change just one of them. But which one?
I'm not sure about A at all, and that's the one that stands out for me.
Sure. That must have been a guess.
Well, then I think we should change A, if we're all in
Yeah.
agreement, from true to false, yeah?
Yep.
So A from
go.
true to false, please,
A
Nick.
changes from true to false. Thus leaving B, C and D as answered by Isabel. Usual suspects. Let's find out what the correct answers are. Charles II's wife made coffee popular in Britain. It is false. Famous for bringing tea to the country. She was a big tea drinker, but not coffee. Moving on, the Uffizi Gallery is in Rome. True or false? It is, in fact, in Florence. That is false, so well done. You know where this is going now, don't you? I Do Anything is a song from Oliver. You said true. It is, of course, true. And astronaut Buzz Aldrin changed his surname to Moon. True or false? It is false. Congratulations, usual suspects. You have achieved perfection. Interestingly, Buzz Aldrin's mother's maiden name was Moon. That's where the connection comes from, but he certainly didn't change his name to Moon. Usual suspects, you get to choose the last two subjects because you won that last round. So which two do you think is going to make life difficult for Isabel in the final? What are
I'm
you going
definitely
for?
going to put Girls Aloud in, Nick, please.
Girls Aloud is going across. Thank you very much. And
dance.
I'm happy with dance.
Girl.
Yeah, I don't mind. Yeah.
Dance.
Dance, thank you very much. Dance goes across and becomes the sixth and final category in the final. We now know our six final categories. They are human body, cheese, tourist attractions, capitals, Girls Aloud and dance. OK, guys, time to switch you off for the final time. Thank you, cheerio. And away they go. It's time to play the final. Isabel, this is the all-important final. If you can achieve perfection, you could be leaving with a prize fund of £3,000. If you fail, you'll be leaving with nothing, which, of course, will be great news for the usual suspects. And one of them could be playing for a rollover of £4,000 on the next game. You ready to play?
Yes, I am.
Good. Let's play the final round. Let's reveal the first statement. Please tell me whether you believe it to be true or false. Human body. The femur is the longest bone in the human body.
True.
True. Cheese. Roquefort cheese is made from ewe's milk.
It's a nice, very strong blue cheese, isn't it, Roquefort? Is it ewe's milk? True. A guess.
True. Tourist attractions. London Zoo is based in Kew Gardens.
I'd say that was false.
False. Capitals. Toronto is the capital of Canada.
I think for that one I'll say false.
False.
I think that's Ottawa.
Here comes the one you were worried about. Girls Aloud. Biology was Girls Aloud's first UK top 40 hit.
I have not a clue. True.
True. And finally, dance. The samba is a dance from Cuba.
Samba. False.
False. OK, well, look, let's bring back the usual
Right.
suspects and see what they've got to say. Usual suspects, you can now see the 6 final statements, and next to them are Isabel's answers. Isabel, your answers are now locked in. You can't change them by yourself, but if you think you've made a mistake, you can unlock them with the help of the usual suspects. This will, however, come at a cost. Usual suspects, I'm now going to ask you to tell me how well you think Isabel's done, if you want to help, and if you do, how much it's going to cost. Remember, all of you, you can't refer to any of the statements specifically. Isabel, who would you like to hear from first?
I think Gary.
Isabel, I don't know. You may have it, but I couldn't give you much assistance.
So you're not offering to come down?
I'm not. I couldn't come down there.
For any cash?
No chance.
Well, that's clear.
Well, I'll try Zara.
I know you definitely got one wrong. And I would be willing to help you. I really would, because I know you've definitely got one wrong. It would be great to split, but I'm not sure how you would feel about that, Isabel.
So you're saying 50-50, are you? Is that what you're asking for, Zara?
When you say split.
You want £1,500
Yeah.
of the 3,000, is that right?
Yeah.
What do you think, Isabel?
Well, can I ask Danny first?
Of course, you can do this
You
each other.
ask me.
No, I mean, I just want to see how greedy you really are.
Well, I think very. I think you've got one wrong. Pretty much like Zara, I'm not How confident are you in what you've answered, sort of thing, you know?
Well, if Zara's willing to come down, I think I'd like her to come down if she'll give it a try.
Zara, are you happy to accept that offer?
Absolutely.
So, OK, negotiations have been agreed. Zara, for £1,500 of the £3,000 pot, please come and join us. OK, Isabel, you've asked Zara for help. If you achieve perfection, it will cost you £1,500 of your potential prize fund of £3,000. Zara, you've now forfeited your chance to play in the next game. This is your only shot at winning perfection. Have you made the right decision? Well, we're about to find out. Here are the final round statements. All 6 answers are now unlocked. Zara, which answers do you want Isabel to change?
E is definitely wrong. Girls Aloud's first UK top 40 hit was Sound of the Underground.
Well, that is the one that I thought you would know when you said that you knew one. And it's also the one that I have not the first idea about.
OK.
So I'll change that, I think.
OK, so we're going to change
We're going to change that, E.
From true to false?
Yeah.
Thank you. What about the rest? Are there any more changes you'd like to make?
I don't want to make any more changes.
No.
The only one that I'm really not sure about now is the samba, and I could just as easily change it from the right answer to the wrong answer as from the wrong answer to the right answer, so...
So,
Dance from Cuba.
lock them all down?
Lock them down.
OK, so all other answers remain as originally answered. The only change is E, from true to false. Those answers are locked in. £3,000 at stake, £1,500 to Isabel and £1,500 to Zara. 6 answers away. Let's find out if you've achieved perfection. OK, let's start at the top, shall we? The femur is the longest bone in the human body. Isabel, you said true. You were quite confident on that. Is it true or false? Yes. It is true. The next one, Roquefort cheese is made from ewe's milk. A blue cheese, you said. I wasn't sure whether it was ewe's, but you went with true. Is it true or false? It is true. Well done. The next one, London Zoo is based in Kew Gardens. True or false? False. It is in Regent's Park. So, well done. You are halfway to £1,500 each. It's a great start. Toronto is the capital of Canada. True or false? False. Of course, now we come to an interesting one. E. Biology was Girls Aloud's first UK top 40 hit. You said true. However, Zara said that she knew better and came down to help you out and got you to change that to false. You need it to turn red. True or false? False. Sounds of the Underground was the track, the interesting track that you're asking for. So, bottom of the list is the one that you need to get right to walk away with the money. The samba is a dance from Cuba. You answered false and stuck to false. So how certain do you feel now?
Exactly the same certainty as I had before. Not a clue.
For £3,000, the samba is a dance from Cuba. You need it to turn red. Is it true or false? Congratulations, it's turned red. It was false. You are correct. You've achieved perfection and you're leaving with £3,000, £1,500 each. How does that feel?
Fabulous. I have never won any money in my life. That was brilliant.
Just to let you know, the samba actually is from Brazil, but originally from Africa. It came from Africa via Brazil. So, well done. Congratulations, Isabel and Zara. You have achieved perfection. Let's hear it for them, ladies and gentlemen. So that's all we have time for. Please join us next time when our usual suspects have the chance to play again, this time for £1,000. But remember, on this show, as we've just seen, we do pay for perfection. Goodbye.
There's more cash at stake as we meet the Eggheads on BBC Two at 6 o'clock. High hopes at the auction next in Antiques Road Trip.